Looking out on Capitol Ave this morning, we tried to let you know at the end of last week and even yesterday about the road closures that may be happening here. Not maybe, they will be happening. Yep, big sign there.
That is a good indication.
That is closed this morning. So we're going to let you know some workarounds and kind of keep an eye on this area here. Looks like most people are able to get around it pretty fine. But it's 6 o'clock on your Tuesday morning. We are glad that you're up with us once again on 13 Sunrise. I'm Jalea, along with Julia, who is back. Matt is back here too, and so are the cold temperatures.
Oh man, and the wind.
Yes.
I think that's the thing that's going to catch most people off guard because we've been pretty, I don't know, just
mild.
Yeah, thank you. That's a good word for it.
Got you.
You came back just in time.
Yeah.
For it seems like
for the windy
you timed it just right.
Exactly.
I don't know about you, but I was almost going to get hypnoptized by the street.
The
signal,
sign,
just going back and forth with that wind out there. You see
like
it,
we're
you
going to have
feel
it a little while, too.
I think so. I think most of the week will kind of be a little bit on the breezy side.
Yeah.
It's just that time of year, though.
Okay, and this is just the colder weather that's whipping through here now.
It is. There's a front actually coming right through Indianapolis right now, and it's the reason why we could have gusts up to 35 miles per hour today. It'll be a little bit on the breezy side. Right now, we're a little windy. You know, we've got some gusts 20 miles per hour or so, nothing we can't handle, but you'll just notice the air moving a little bit more as you step out the door this morning. But you'll also notice it is warmer this morning than yesterday morning. Remember, we had some upper 30s, and I had a few reports from folks saying they had to scrape off their windshield because they parked outside because it was cold enough to do that. I think we'll get back to that the next couple of days, really Thursday and Friday mornings when there's a better chance for frost and maybe even our first light freeze for parts of central Indiana. So enjoy the 50s, even though it is a little bit breezy out there this morning. I know the wind can add a bit of an extra chill. Right now, of course, we're still dark. Sunrise not until about 8:02 this morning, so still 2 hours till we get to sunrise. 53 degrees right now. That's a sustained wind over 10 miles per hour. It's not crazy, but just enough to keep the air moving. We've got some gusts a little bit stronger to the north and east. Muncie at 22, although Bloomington, we've got a gust right now about 20 miles per hour. They could reach into the 30, 35 mile per hour range later today. But right now, we've got a lot of 50s in eastern Indiana, a couple more 40s popping up towards the west, towards Crawfordsville. It's 50 right now in Zionsville and 54, good morning, in Carmel and Fishers, and a lot of mid-50s farther to the south as well. But coming up, we're going to be talking about our school days and all our days kind of getting a little bit colder the rest of this week. Not a bad day. But Lindsay, it will be a little bit breezy as you're headed out the door. But what do you need to know this morning, Lindsay?
All right, so we talked about that Capitol Avenue closure. Want to take you back out to where we are watching this closure take place. So this is just to the near north side of downtown. We've been talking a lot about this. This is going to be closed between 16th and 14th Street. So just a couple blocks here as they construct that pedestrian bridge. However, it's going to be closed for quite some time, all the way through January 7th. So because of that, we do want you to be aware if you are traveling downtown, and just remember that Capitol Avenue is a southbound running road. Illinois is northbound. So if you want to utilize an alternate route, you'll want to stick with South Meridian Street as your primary route around that closure. Again, that's going to be closed for the next couple of months now. Downtown drivers, just a heads up, Capitol Avenue between 16th and 14th Streets.
Thank you, Lindsay. Some breaking news right now here that we're going to get to, or actually make sure that I'm telling you the right story here too. We're going to get back to this breaking news actually in just a bit on the south side. But in the meantime, right here, we want to let you know about a court case that we've been following here for a while. Go back 2 stories for us if you don't mind. I believe this is one. So a trial here now that we know about continues today in Hancock County for a hit and run crash.
So this left a teenage boy critically injured. Aaron McGee is charged with leaving the scene of an accident resulting in catastrophic injury. The wreck happened more than 2 weeks ago. Actually, this is the wrong video for this story, so if we could come out just on camera, that'd be great. But this wreck happened more than 2 years ago. Police say 13-year-old Jasper Young was riding his bike when he was hit. And again, that is a trial that is underway, and we are told that he may actually testify in that trial this week. And a trial continues in Hancock County. This is actually another story about Aaron McGee. We'll have more on that as well. An Indianapolis man is sentenced to 89 years in prison for shooting and killing a woman back in 2023.
A jury found Deontay Nelson guilty of killing 27-year-old Emily Willis last month. In addition to his murder conviction, Nelson also faced a felony firearm enhancement and a habitual offender enhancement during that sentencing. So witnesses say that they saw 2 people inside of a car talking to Willis, who screamed for help before being shot.
And now we have new information on a story we have followed for a long time out of Hamilton County. The coroner there is sharing an update into the investigation at Fox Hollow Farm.
Well, that's the Westfield property where investigators believe that Herb Baumeister killed dozens of men in the 1990s. The Hamilton County coroner says that cadaver dogs alerted them to an area on the property, but he says that that's what prompted this excavation. The update here, though, is that it did not turn up any additional human remains. You know, they've been to that area many times and still found more. Your time is 6:05, and now we're going to get to that breaking news that we're following on the south side, where IMPD confirms that a man is dead after a shooting.
So we want to tell you this is near Shelby Street and Raymond Avenue near the White Castle, if you're familiar with that area. And Marina Silva has arrived there at the scene. See, it's pretty active. Marina, what can you tell us?
A very active scene, and it's very large right now. And just behind this bus, I'm going to show you a little bit about what we're seeing. There's multiple police here. It looks like they're investigating that car right behind those officers right now. Again, we're on Raymond and Shelby Street. Now, this happened, police say, about 15 minutes ago. They just confirmed to us within the last couple of minutes that they found one male shot on East Tabor Street. That's a couple blocks down from here. And there, as we got here, we saw multiple police officers also over there. So again, we're still working to learn what happened, what led up to this shooting. I do want to let you know that there is this Shelby Street is still open one way, but again, there's going to be a lot of traffic. This is going to be a pretty active police scene for right now. So again, we're still working to learn some more information, and we'll bring it right back to you as soon as we get that. Back to you guys.
All right, yeah, with it being such an active scene there, Marina, we're going to check back in with you in the next 20 minutes or so. Thank you. Well, now lawyers for a man accused of hitting and killing a state trooper say that he is not mentally capable to serve a sentence of life without a chance for parole. But the judge in this case, though, says they failed to prove that. Eddie Jones is charged with the murder of this trooper, Aaron Smith, here on your screen. Smith died in June of 2023, while police say he was trying to stop Jones, here on your screen, during a chase. Now, a judge ruled that Jones does not have a disability, pointing out that he graduated from high school with a full diploma, had adequate grades then, and has held multiple jobs since then. A developing story now from the basketball court to the courtroom.
Pacers guard Cam Jones. You haven't heard that name very much because he's new to the team, but now he's accused of leading police on a chase here in Indy. Troopers tell us they tried to pull the rookie over for reckless driving. This is the scene of that pullover here where you see a couple of police officers. He was driving, police say, 90 miles an hour on I-65 and changing lanes several times without signaling, but they say he didn't stop for them right away.
Yeah, when they tried to pull him over, they say he didn't stop. This video is showing police eventually getting him to stop on 65. This is near the Fletcher Avenue exit, and this happened around 10 o'clock yesterday morning. Well, now court documents say that Jones told police he was running late for practice. This is video of him being drafted here to Indiana.
Now, the Pacers did release a short statement to 13 News saying, "We are aware of the situation involving Cam Jones. We are in the process of gathering additional information and will not have any additional comments on the matter at this time."
A snap decision could have millions of people struggling to pay for groceries soon.
So federal leaders say if the government shutdown continues, and obviously it looks like it will at least through today, there will not be enough money to pay out SNAP benefits next month. Around 600,000 Hoosier families use SNAP benefits every month. A letter from the USDA says that the money to fill those EBT cards has simply run out. Now they're telling states to hold off on paying out any November SNAP money.
Emily Weichert Bryant with Feeding America's Hungry says that food banks are already facing this, and it puts more pressure on food banks and organizations that are experiencing an influx in need.
Missed paychecks jeopardize people's ability to afford food for their families, to help them thrive, to cover their other household expenses, and hardworking individuals may be forced to turn to their local food bank for food assistance until that stability is restored.
Bryant emphasizes that SNAP and WIC benefits for this month are still there. So if you haven't gotten yours yet, she says that they are loading. Those benefits will not disappear. Democrats in the Indiana Black Legislative Caucus are speaking out now against efforts to redraw congressional maps in Indiana.
This comes days after Senate Republicans actually joined a call with President Trump to talk about redistricting. They say their concerns are focused on District 7 here in Indianapolis and District 1. That is in the northwest portion of Indiana. Here you can see on the map where there are large black populations.
We know those two Democratic districts are targets in this White House effort to gain Republican seats in the midterms. State Senator Greg Taylor says that redrawing these districts will hurt black voters.
It could disenfranchise hundreds of thousands of voters, not only in the state of Indiana, but in this country. And the most important part about that is it could lower the amount of minority representation in Congress.
Now, Taylor points to the Senate districts in Fort Wayne. That city is divided into 4 Republican districts.
He says it is home to one of the larger minority populations in Indiana, and he says because of these Senate districts, the minority vote is already diluted there.
The government shutdown is now tied for the second longest in U.S. history. What might push for a compromise this time around?
Plus, people who want to become U.S. citizens have a bigger challenge ahead. We'll give you a look at some changes to the citizenship test.